let me just review. Rejuvenation pruning is a process of pruning back hard. Now, when you're dealing with hollies, there are two times you can prune. One is early spring or late winter, and you can do some pruning even in July. Now, I'm going to prune this really hard. So it's early spring, and I'm going to prune this, and you might be surprised what it looks like, but it won't take long for it to grow back this big because the roots are all in the ground. The roots are extending beyond the width of the tree. So it has all these roots. So when you cut it back really hard, what you're going to find is it's going to grow, it's going to make buds where there are no buds, and it's going to regrow. Now, just to give you an idea, this is about 9 feet in width. A couple days ago, I showed you how to severely cut back an English holly. Well, it was a couple days ago. I even changed my shirt. And if you remember, it was between 10 and 12 feet tall, probably close to the gutter there. And it was about 8 to 9 feet wide. Well, if you're looking at it, I cut it about 4.5 feet tall, and it's probably maybe 3 feet wide. This holly was pruned earlier in the season, and it was probably another 20 feet tall. Huge. So I pruned it back really hard. Then, as you can see, there's beautiful new growth that has occurred. And probably in 2 years, it might be this tall, a little bit taller. But I do want to show, sometimes when you prune plants, and the reason you want to prune them earlier in the season and not later, is the growth may not harden off enough when you get freezes. Now, I will tell you, it went to 20 degrees. Then it went to 22. Right down the road, it went to 17. So the new growth was really not hardened off. And if you look, it's really soft in here, and this will not regrow. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to look at this unsightly thing or plant, and you could even use a hand shears, but I'm going to come in and prune off the unattractive, because what's going to happen is this is going to turn brown and it's not going to be attractive. So you just come in and you know, I see this is damaged. So what I'm going to do is just come in, prune it back. So when I look at it this season, I'm not going to, or during the winter, I don't want to see something ugly. And this is going to regrow, but it's a great way to rejuvenate plants. And you won't even notice this next year. And 2 or 3 years later, it's probably going to grow another 5 to 6 feet.